So you're looking to get stabilized video, but you don't want to shell out 400 bones on it? Well, today we're going to check out the FireFly 8SE action camera. I'll do a quick unboxing, I'll show you all of its features, I'll discuss the good and the bad, and finally, we'll see how it stacks up against the kings of stabilized footage, the GoPro Hero 7 Black and the Osmo Pocket. It's time for a tech review. Hey, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time visiting, thank you. And if you get anything of value today, be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell to keep up with future content. Also, for bonus content and an easy way to communicate with me, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. So why is a drone channel reviewing an action camera? Well, I not only love drones, but I also enjoy other related technology that has to do with photography, videography, and things like that. And I figure if I enjoy something, you guys might enjoy it too. So here we are. Don't worry, the drone videos are going to continue like they always have as soon as this goes away. So let's switch to the overhead view, and at the very end, I'm going to put up all the specifications on the screen so you can view them all in one place. All right, first off, I need to say a special thank you to Banggood for sending me this camera and allowing me to provide you with this review, as well as my honest opinion of its performance. Links for everything I talk about today will be down in the description. The FireFly 8SE comes in a sturdy, attractive package. When you open the box, you'll find the camera at the top and a pretty good variety of accessories in the compartment below. You get the waterproof case, which is very important as the 8SE is not waterproof. With the case, you can submerge the camera up to 20 meters. I tested it out at the pool and everything stayed nice and dry. You get an extra back for the waterproof case, which suggests to me that maybe these crack easily. I'm not sure. The other important included accessory is the lav mic. The audio straight from the camera sounds, well, not so good. You know, action cameras aren't really known for having great audio quality anyway, even the best ones. And I would rank the FireFly 8SE maybe like a 7 out of 10. You know, it's not professional sounding, but it's also not unusable. But with the lav mic attached, it's much better. Although it's a little inconvenient to have a lav mic attached, you know, if you're not doing something that requires a lot of action or moving around quickly, if you're just doing some talking head stuff like this, or if you're behind the camera doing some videos like that, the lav mic actually sounds pretty good. You get all of the common mounts that are included with most action cameras today, a couple of flat mount bases, one with a 1/4 inch mount, and a couple of extra stickies. You get the J base and a short and longer connector, as well as the rotating one. There are 4 Velcro straps, which have a very good Velcro on them, a bicycle mount, a lens cover, and a lens hood, which can help reduce glare. And there's also a metal cable tie included, as the camera does have a small hole to attach a lanyard if you like. The 8SE is charged by using the included mini USB cord, not micro USB. This can be a bit of an inconvenience as most people have several micro USB or USB-C cords laying around, but you might have to dig through the junk drawer to find that old mini USB if you lose this one. It comes with an instruction manual, but just as most manuals come today, the print is quite small, so I opted to print out the PDF file online. There's a link in the description below for you to do the same. Now, taking a look at the exterior of the FireFly 8SE, you will find the build quality to be acceptable, but it feels a bit lighter than other cameras in this price range. Although it's not, it's about 70 grams, the same as most other ones. The outer shell provides an adequate grip. On the front of the camera, you'll see the lens, which is advertised to contain the Sony IMX117 sensor, which provides up to 4K video recording and a field of view of 170 degrees. It captures 16 megapixel images, but can only record RAW files in 12 megapixels or less. The wide field of view provides plenty of surrounding scenery in your recordings, but also results in that typical fisheye effect commonly found in action cameras. This can easily be corrected with most editing programs. And you can also enable the distortion correction feature on any resolution 2.7K or smaller, which helps, but it crops your image just a bit. Keep in mind that this camera also comes in a 90-degree distortion-free model, which eliminates that fisheye effect. Also on the front is the power button, a teensy-weensy selfie mirror, and an LED that lights up blue for video and green for photo. It flashes blue to let you know when you are recording. On the top of the camera is of course the shutter button, which also serves as the selector button when you're in the menu. On the starboard side, you have forward and backward selection buttons, which also act as the touchscreen lock and used to turn on the Wi-Fi. The port side has the USB port as well as the HD port. On the bottom, you'll find a very convenient 1/4 inch screw mount, as well as the battery compartment that houses the 1200 milliamp battery. This battery is advertised to provide up to 70 minutes of 4K recording time, but in my testing, it maxed out at 50 minutes at room temperature. I highly recommend ordering extra batteries when you order this camera, as they only cost about $5 each. On the back of the camera, you will find the play button for reviewing your images and footage, and above that is the micro SD card slot. Now, in order for the camera to perform properly, it is required that you use a UHS Speed Class 3 card. That's the little U symbol with the 3 inside. Just a little tip, I highly recommend using SanDisk cards. I've used less expensive ones and I have lost valuable footage because of card failure recently. So if you value your footage, don't skimp on the micro SD card. I'll put a link in the description for the card that I use for everything now. Last thing you'll see on the back, of course, is the 2-inch IPS touchscreen. Right off the bat, I will tell you that I sometimes have to tap the screen a couple of times for it to register. The responsiveness is not the greatest, but it only happens occasionally. And when it does happen, you just need to remind yourself how much money you saved by not getting the GoPro. Getting into the menu, you'll find the learning curve to be surprisingly short, as the system is quite intuitive. After just a few minutes, you will understand how to navigate without even reading the instruction manual. At the very top left, you'll see the video photo icon, followed by current recording time and remaining time. To the far right is the remaining battery icon, and the lower left is the review icon, which functions the same as that small button to the right. The bottom middle shows your current resolution and frame rate, and in photo mode, it shows you what size photos you are taking. On the bottom right is the settings menu. Tapping it will take you to video camera settings and general settings. Now, I'm not going to cover all of these in this video, but I will touch on a few of the more important features. When it comes to video resolutions, the 8SE leaves nothing on the table. There's a setting for just about anything you can think of, including several slow motion options. You always got to put a cat in the video, gets more views, right? This camera can also be used as a motion detection camera for security purposes, or maybe to catch a shot of that squirrel that keeps eating your bird food. The 8SE can also be used as a dash cam by enabling the looping feature. For each video resolution, you're able to choose your field of view, either wide, medium, or narrow, providing more flexibility to your footage. Also, you can purchase a separate Bluetooth controller and connect the camera that way. Or you can even control it through Wi-Fi on your mobile device. Connecting the Wi-Fi was a smooth process. However, I could not get the app to open to be able to test out the Wi-Fi capabilities. I'm told that I need to update the firmware first, which looks to be very complicated. So I think if they simplify this in a future model, it will come in very handy. That being said, I personally think that most people don't purchase an action camera to control it with their phone. They simply manage with the camera by itself. Under the settings for photo, you can adjust your photo size, the quality, whether to record in RAW format, which is only available in 12 megapixels or smaller, and you also have the other professional camera settings available to adjust for your particular situation. It does have burst mode that shoots up to 10 frames per second, and you can shoot time lapses with a range of 1 to 60-second intervals. Now, the most interesting thing for me that I was excited to test out on the 8SE was the stabilization. Electronic stabilization is one of my most favorite things, and the FireFly 8SE does have it. The bad news, it's only available in 1080p. But the good news, there's minimal cropping of your image with that 6-axis stabilization turned on. Now, how does it compare to the kings of compact camera stabilization? Here are some side-by-side footage comparing the 8SE to the Hero 7 Black and the Osmo Pocket. I did some walking, I went up the stairs, I ran around the park a little bit with the cameras attached on the GorillaPod. Okay, so here we are, 4K 30 frames per second. Right here you'll see the FireFly footage. Of course, there is no stabilization. And here is the footage from the GoPro. And as you can see, the GoPro definitely wins in this case. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this around and show you guys walking this way. It's not terrible on the FireFly as I watch it on the screen here, but I'm sure once I put it on the computer, and as you guys are watching it right now, the GoPro is definitely doing much better. So next, let's do the stairs. Here we have 4K at 30 frames per second going up the steps. Now we're gonna run. Okay, now we are running 1080p at 30 frames per second. And as you can see, the FireFly stabilization is much better. The disadvantage is it does crop in. And we'll go ahead and do the steps. And we'll run. Now, obviously the two gold standards of stabilization did much better, but if you simply watch the footage from the 8SE without comparison, it performs surprisingly well for a camera at this price point. As of the posting of this video, you can purchase the FireFly 8SE at Banggood.com for right around $130. That's a third the price of these other cameras and the cheapest that I have been able to find it online. There's a link in the description to purchase the camera if you are interested. Alright, so if you're looking to get into a high quality action camera that provides an array of options without breaking the bank, the FireFly 8SE looks to be a good option. The inconsistent touchscreen responsiveness, the difficulty connecting to the mobile app, and the in-camera audio quality, although inconvenient, they're not deal breakers. The image quality and the feature list more than make up for its shortcomings. For this price, I would recommend the FireFly 8SE for anyone looking to buy their first action camera. Hey, comment below, what do you or what would you use an action camera for? Would you use it for content creating, capturing family memories? Let me know. Also, please hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy this or any of my other content. I want to thank you sincerely for watching today, and we'll see you next time.